let's try to record this. I have no idea if this is gonna go well. So what we have here today is a little test set up to test the new Golan stations as well as some of the not you, as well as some of the other space stations we have right now. We have here a fleet, rebel fleet, which should be fairly standard. With the economy overhaul that's happening, you will have much less money to build units, and so you will have more fleets that look like this and fewer fleets that look like all capital spam. What we're going to be doing today is basically test the Golan stations. It's just a quick test. None of what you see here is final, as well as the satellite defense. Fine, as well as the satellite defense grid. And then I think I am literally going to group all of these starfighters together because I'm a plug like that. And for tests like this, now. Right. The station should be fairly close by. We have 5 X-Wing squadrons, 5 torpedo bombers E-95 modifications. We have 3 A-Wing squadrons, and we have a number of Y-Wings. We also have a couple of Quasars to supply us with additional starfighters. We have this wonderful MC-80 here for DPS. We have 4 Marauders for long-range bombardment, which will... Let's actually not run into both Golans at the same time. That seems like a terrible idea. I'm also recording this, and it is on the live stream, so you may occasionally see me look over the chat, see what it's doing. You know what? Let me just set the webcam for you. Let me do this for you. There we go. Well, I fucking love this song. Let's also put on some a little bit more. Victory, ladies and gentlemen. As we can clearly see, the rebel balancing needs just the teeny-weeny amount of work. But fret not, we will get this back. No, fuck this. Let's redo that test. I have no idea what happened there. Wait, I do, because I set it to hostile. So, fuck. Okay, let's redo this. Fine. We'll reset the thing. Test map. Map test. Test map for star bases. We'll get this smoothed out, and then we'll do our test. Here we have, of course, the... Don't worry about the fires, that won't show up again. That's just there. We'll actually set them to Empire. Here we see the satellite defense station, which is just a collection of satellites. They're individually targetable. They're set up as hard points. When you blow them up, the whole thing goes. They surround the starbase. 6 dual laser cannons, 3 heavy missile launchers, and 6 quad turbos. Now, they're visually distinct not only by the turret on top, because that's a little hard to see, but also because of the blips at the bottom. You will see that the missile satellite has a orange blip. The dual lasers, these are medium lasers. That is the point defense laser cannon, the same ones Corvettes have. I call them medium lasers in the mod. I should really name them the point defense, because I feel like it's starting to confuse people. A single green blip, and then the turbo lasers have 2 green blips. And we'll hope that that will make do. Let's try that again. So, as you guys may have heard, I am rushing through this starbase overhaul right now with the placeholder stations. The Golans and many of the other stations are not in fact placeholders. They are meant to be there in the final overhaul as well. But some of the things like the space colony and all that is meant to be a placeholder for validation. Whenever that is finished, which is nowhere soon. So that's why we're doing this as a placeholder. We're also not going to run into both the Golans in one go. I'll tell you that right now. Because we'll die. Okay. Who needs control groups? There is a new Marauder. Oh, that's the torpedo bomber Z95. There is a new Marauder cruiser coming up, guys. I have a new model and a new sexy texture by Golan. We will be applying that shortly because it's pretty awesome. Alternatively, we also have additionally, we also have a new Vigil texture. Also by Golan. And we are going to be approaching this from the right, because running into both Golans at the same time is a bad time. Now, the Golan stations in lore are meant to be, I think, fairly thick star bases that are equipped with lasers, turbo laser, and proton torpedo launchers. Now, the only difference, aside from visual, between the three Golans is just a minor stat increase, which I think is boring. So we'll be redoing that. Turn it into something a little more interesting. The Golan 1 is meant to be exceptionally tanky with sufficient firepower to really be a nuisance, and that it takes a long time to chew through. The Golan 2 is okay. What? Still fires? Oh, the poor hangars. These are not jewels. I'll have to change that. The inside 4 turbo lasers are the ones closest to the hangar are dual, fairly long-range turbo lasers. Don't mind the description. The outside ones are single turbo lasers that fire twice as quickly. Outside here, we have on this ring 2 heavy dual laser cannon batteries. That is correctly named. Why heavy lasers? Because they are much fast. Is that light flickering? Light? That's unacceptable. I'll change that too. Why heavy lasers, you may ask? Because they are more accurate than turbo lasers, and they do a much better job of hitting corvettes. And of course, medium single laser cannons up there, which is basically that's just your point defense again. That means I can't show you the fancy hangars because they're all on fire. Rip those. Can we still see the sexy hangars from there? No, they're really quite on fire. Fuck.
Reporting in.
All right, it'll do then. All right, let's go.
Marauder cruiser here. Activating weapons.
There'll be no problem, man. We brought these Marauders for long-range sieging. These Marauders were in fact made for sieging, and that is what they will be doing. These things have 50,000 hit points, 30,000 shields. They can take a... Wait, what? These things have 50,000 HP, and they should be able to take a pounding. But it's also dying like a bit... Maybe I need to start working with bigger numbers. Alright, let's take down some of these satellites. Before we move on to the main starbase. Here we have a level 2 space colony along with the administrative offices right there, which don't currently have a description. Alright, here we have firing. Did the fire bones not get coded correctly? Because that is meant to have a secondary fire bone. Man, I'm making all sorts of sloppy mistakes. Did we even lose it? Can I just right-click this Golan and delete it? Because that would indicate some issues. I will start working with ridiculous numbers if it turns out to be necessary. Then again, with this many starfighters, this is just not legal. Someone shoot them more or something. Wow, that is. That is a wee bit more effective than. Maybe I need damage types in space. And of course, because we can't actually destroy the final 2 hardpoints because the hangars are not. Balance testing, ladies and gentlemen. This has been the Dutchman from the Empire War Remake mod. Work to do. Signing off.